Hey everyone, it's Sunday morning and today I have a cozy bookish day planned and I thought I would take you along. I just had breakfast and now I would like to write down a list of things that I want to accomplish today. So let's do that first. I'm currently rereading one of my favorite novels, Notre Dame de Paris by Victor Hugo, and I'm just using a notebook for this and I keep it by my side, and when I finish a chapter I'm summarizing it because I would like to make some kind of guide about how to read this novel. It's not an easy one to read. And I think a lot of readers would benefit from having a little extra info before every chapter because it's packed with names and history, medieval history, and a lot of challenges that come with this book. So the bookmark that I'm using for this one is Victor Hugo himself. I got this postcard in the Pantheon in Paris, so I have very good memories of this. And I'm going back to Paris in February. I use this bookmark every time I read a book by Hugo. So right now I'm going to do some more reading in this, and then I'm going to start my course of A Christmas Carol. So I will see you then. Right, so I have finished 4 chapters and now I am going to follow a lecture on my iPad about A Christmas Carol, which is by Hillsdale College, and you can follow it for free. So that's what I'm going to do right now until I get bored, I guess, and want to do something else. So let's go. So I am really enjoying this lecture. I think the teacher is very good and I'm taking notes and I'm going to transfer them into Notion, and then I don't know if I will ever reread A Christmas Carol because I read it I think 2 years ago, and I've also made a video on it on my channel, so if you're interested you can check that out. But as you will see, I didn't really like it that much. Like, Dickens and I don't really have a good relationship. I have read A Tale of Two Cities and half of what is it called? Let me check in my library because I cannot recall the title. Yeah, Great Expectations, but I gave up halfway. And then I've also read A Christmas Carol. And A Tale of Two Cities was recommended to me because I love French literature so much and French history. And so people were, you guys in the comments were saying, oh, you should read A Tale of Two Cities because you know, that will be right up your alley. And it was kind of okay, but I think it's just his writing style. He and I don't match. I have a bunch of books already on my shelf from Charles Dickens, and they're so beautiful. And it's David Copperfield and Oliver Twist, and some part of me is so excited to read them, but I know that chances are high that I will not enjoy them just because we don't click, you know, and I just have to accept that. But anyway, it is now 11 and I have to get some writing done. I'm currently working on a new manuscript and I wanted to finish the first draft this year. And I have to write 8,400 words every week in order to accomplish my goal of finishing my manuscript, my first draft, by the end of December. But yeah, today I have to write my 2,000 words. So I'm going to do that now. Well, I'm not going to finish, but I'm going to write for 1 hour until lunchtime. And then after lunch, I'm going to do part 2 of my writing session until I have reached my 2,000 words. And then I have something very exciting because I want to rearrange my shelves. So I have a bookshelf downstairs and I have a small bookshelf upstairs in our bedroom. And I bought the bookshelf in the bedroom second hand. It was I only paid 10 euros for it. But I needed extra room, so I said to my husband, I need an extra shelf, and I put it in the bedroom, and he didn't really have a say in it. But the thing that I want to do is, well, the thing that bothers me is all of my classics, or, well, a lot of my classic books are stored upstairs. And I actually want them all downstairs, and I'm gonna move a lot of my fantasy books upstairs. So I'm just going to exchange some books because it's the classic literature books that I use most to show you guys in videos and that I use most in photographs, and it's just a little exhausting to always bring them down and then back upstairs because recently I did a video on where to start with French literature and I had stacks and stacks of books to show you guys, and they were all stored upstairs. So I had to bring them down, and then I had to bring them upstairs again. So it doesn't really make sense right now. So I'm going to change that, and I'm going to take you along. First, I'm gonna get some writing done. It is 12 o'clock, and I had such an amazing writing experience. I was so sucked into the story for the past hour. It felt so amazing. And I still have to write 300 words, so I'm almost there. I'm gonna have lunch now, and then we are going to rearrange the shelves. So see you later. So I started with emptying one shelf, and this was my Brandon Sanderson collection. I've moved it upstairs, and so now we're going to go upstairs to see which classics we can move downstairs. These are my shelves upstairs, and yeah, we're gonna see what we can move. Okay, so here are all my Penguin classics and Oxford World classics, and I am going to organize them right now because I just put them in there chaotically, and I want to put them in order of country, so Russian authors, French authors, English authors, and so on. So I'm quickly going to rearrange them right now. Okay, so I quickly want to say something about building a library, because all the books that you saw and see right now are books that I have been collecting for years. And I've also been using the public library for a long time. And before I even started collecting books, because I only started collecting in 2019, I think, except for here and there a novel, I always went to the library. I just read for free. And now I just want to build my own library, but it's a slow process, and I am a difficult buyer, if I can say it like that, because when I see a book, I have hundreds of books on my wish list, but I am very thoughtful about what I purchase. And I have books, when I put it on my wish list, that are on there for months before I actually purchase them. Books are actually the only thing that I spend money on, but I don't buy 10 or 20 books a month like some other booktubers would do. This month I ordered one novel, one book, and it is the Penguin Classics book. And this is a book that contains all the books that Penguin Classics ever published. It doesn't contain the modern classics, and this is the only book that I purchased this month, which also explains why I never post any book hauls on my channel, because I never have anything to show you. And this I want to do a separate video on this one, because I really want to show you the inside and how the book is built up, because it's a really nice one, and I want to show you in a separate video. So now that all the books are organized behind me, I kind of want to show you how I organized each section. So the left side is my Tolkien collection, and then here I have on the left my Penguin Classics, then my Oxford World's Classics, and then some modern classics. I actually don't really like modern classics, they always disappoint me. And then here, this is a statue of Victor Hugo that I got in the Pantheon in Paris. And then I have all the different editions of Victor Hugo from Notre Dame de Paris and Les Miserables and his other works. So this is all Victor Hugo. This is all Victor Hugo. And then I have my Macmillan Library tiny section. And then here we have The Great Gatsby in, I don't know what is this, also from Penguin Classics. And then here I have some fantasy novels, and then here is the start of my history collection. So history novels and non-fiction, and it goes on here. This is a biography of Victor Hugo. This is really good. It's by Graham Robb. If you ever are interested in reading a biography of Victor Hugo, then I highly recommend that one. This one also very good. It's about the father of Alexandre Dumas. Here, The Letters of Gustave Flaubert. Highly recommend, one of the best books I've ever read. Biography of Oscar Wilde. I still need to read this one. Recently finished this. I turned this around because I don't want to forget that I still need to read this. But this is a biography of Charles Bronte. I'm really looking forward to read it. And then I'm moving up. So right here we have a lot of historical fiction and just fiction. Right here. And then here I have my older books, lots of classics. Some of them I still have to read, but yeah, I really love this section. Same goes for the shelf below. These are so beautiful. So these two are just organized because they're classics. They're not really alphabetical or anything. And then on the right, I have some more classics. This is my Chiltern Classics collection. I really love their editions. They're so beautiful. And then here, some fantasy novels, and these are actually the novels that I wrote. This was my debut novel. They're in Flemish. And yeah, they're all right here. They're all written in Flemish. This one translates to The Ghost of Versailles, which is a retelling of Notre Dame de Paris, which is my favorite novel. Here is Voltaire. I highly recommend reading his novel Candide. And then here was my first English novel, The Painter's Muse. If you're interested, it's available on Amazon. And then here we have another section of classics until here. I didn't put this one on my Penguin Classics shelf because I still need to read it. And then here I have my Everyman's Library collection and some Russian authors, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Pushkin. And here is children's literature, at least some part. So this is 2 editions of Alice in Wonderland, and we have Anne of Green Gables, all the box sets. And then I have a philosophy book, The Letters of Seneca. This is the only philosophy book that I own right now. And then, of course, this box set. So this is what my shelf currently looks like. Soon it'll be too dark to record any more videos because I live in Belgium and our winters are very dark. It starts getting light outside at 8 a.m. and then it starts getting dark at 4 p.m. So the days are very short. And since I use natural light to record my videos, it's going to be a bit difficult, but I'm going to say goodbye now. And before I go, I want to show you the books that I'm currently reading. I'm going to do some more reading now. And I don't really have a preferred reading time because I read in the morning, I read at noon, I read at night, in the dark. It doesn't really matter. But now that I think about it, I really need to show you something. I live with this thing. It wasn't expensive at all. I think I paid 15 euros and I live with this around my neck all winter because, like I said, from 4 p.m. it starts getting dark. I love reading in the couch, but it's very dark there because we don't really have reading light. And then I just put this on, pointed at my book. I have 4 different types of light, and I always use the warm light pointed at my book, and then I can read. And what I especially love is I really love reading in dark rooms with candlelight. And then when I put this on, I do not exhaust my eyes. The room stays cozy and I can just point this on the page and yeah, it's really good. But yeah, so let me show you the books that I am reading. Like I said, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And then I'm also reading in French part 3 of the Anne of Green Gables series, and this is Anne of Redmond, and these editions are so beautiful. I hope you can see it. I have a separate video on these if you're interested, where I show you all the box sets. They're absolutely stunning. So before I get some more reading done, I want to make the schedule of Les Misérables because we are going to be reading this novel with a book club from January until March. So I already marked where all the volumes start. It's a very big one. This is a tiny font. So yeah, I'm gonna do some more preparations to make sure that we can get started in January. And then I will leave you now before it gets dark. I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog and I will see you next week.